We have a lot of information coming into our newsroom, including things like impacts to trash service in the city of Oklahoma City. But first, we do want to get to a photo that was just tweeted out by our photojournalist Anthony West, showing significant damage to the survivor tree at the Oklahoma City National Memorial and Museum. This is not what we want to see, but unfortunately is the situation around a lot of the Oklahoma City metro right now, with those trees that are heavily impacted by that ice, still with all of their green leaves on them. So we're going to continue to follow that. He is on the scene right now. Also, to get to some news when it comes to trash service in Oklahoma City, the city tweeting this out just within the last hour, saying all trash, recycling, and bulky collection services in Oklahoma City are being stopped for the day because of the ice storm. Customers need to keep their carts at the curb so that crews can pick them up as soon as they are able to. And the city of Yukon announcing that they are closing several city parks because of falling tree limbs. Definitely a dangerous situation there. This is going to include the Chisholm Trail Park and the City Park. The Yukon Community Center is also closed because of this ice storm. We're going to continue gathering new details for you and have those for you here at the live desk.
And all those downed tree limbs are definitely causing a lot of power outages. We know in Oklahoma City, as Jennifer reported, that 114,000 customers are without power in Oklahoma City. Let's take you out there. Fox 25 Sharday Gray in northeast Oklahoma City. Sharday.
Hey, good morning, Jasmine. Yeah, as you mentioned before, those falling tree limbs have been a major issue, and I don't even know if you heard that, but further in the distance, as you were just talking to us, we heard a tree limb snap, and then right here outside of our parking lot, you can see that that tree limb has fallen on one of the cars, one of our employees' cars, as well as another vehicle, and that's just a reminder of what this ice storm has done to the Oklahoma City metro as well across the state, and it's just caused a lot of headaches for a lot of people, and it's also brought, as Jennifer has mentioned, a lot of a power outage to many people across the state, especially here in Oklahoma City. We know that OG&E is working their best to get that power restored to everyone, but if you have that opportunity to stay inside, we definitely recommend that, just because of the road conditions out here are not the best. And then also with those tree limbs falling as well as those down power lines, it's not too safe. Back to you.
It's definitely not safe, and it may be a good time to talk to your insurance provider too, to try to get some information on seeing, what can you do with your next steps. All right, let's take a look at some of the neighborhoods affected by everything this morning. I know our Wayne Stafford is in Heritage Hills right now, where there are a lot of downed trees, as you see there. Wayne.
Lots of downed trees here, and neighborhood, and so big here. See an enormous tree branch.
All right, you can see we're having some issues even on our end as it relates to this forecast. So let's toss it on over to Danielle Davis. She's giving us the latest on the forecast right now.
Yeah, no one an exception to the impacts of this storm system rolling through right now. We are tracking it rolling through much of central Oklahoma, across the state right now, where we are looking at really a mix now starting to develop here in Oklahoma City, where we are looking at, this is around Canadian County, around Piedmont areas, of almost a half an inch of ice accumulation on tree limbs already. And then here downtown, we're talking about more. You are looking at 3/10 of an inch of ice accumulation really in southwest Oklahoma City this morning. I want to point out, though, that areas in green, this green area is a rain. It's starting to become a little bit more widespread here downtown. So we are starting to switch off on and off from that freezing rain to an actual cold rain here in the city ongoing. Let's take a wider look out of what's going on back over in more west Oklahoma right now, where we actually have in the northwest still a good bit of freezing rain and sleet developing. Earlier we were looking at a good bit of snow pushing through northwest Oklahoma, really around the Woodward area. Not the case now, but down far more really around the Duncan area. This is Stevens, Oklahoma, where we are looking at around 3/10 of an inch of ice accumulating along the highway right there. Now, I want to take a look at what's going on here in Oklahoma City right now on our SunTech Skycam weather network. We do have hazy conditions rolling through. We actually have icicles that have developed on our camera this morning. I will say the downtown camera was actually frozen this morning, so it has thawed out a bit. Awesome news to see, but overall, if you want to take a look on these cameras, Bricktown, Amarillo Junction, you see the trees down there. I'm sure the ones outside your look identical to it, completely frozen, and they are really just hanging on by a thread, trying not to fall. Right now, we are with field meteorologist Mike Williams out on the roadways this morning. Hey, good morning, Mike. What's going on where you are at?
Yeah, I'm still driving around northwest Oklahoma City around the Lake Hefner area. A lot of the homes around here are a little bit older with a lot of trees and lots of trees down. We got light precipitation moving in, and still technically it is freezing rain. If it's 32 or below, it's classified as freezing rain. So we probably going to have a little more buildup before it's all said and done.
Yep, thanks Mike so much. He'll continue to track the roadways for you this morning. He's got the latest on what's going on, what you're seeing out there. Right now, wind chills, hey, they're in the 20s. 24 right now here in Oklahoma City. 15 is what it feels like back up in Woodward. Now, wind chill isn't what's going to define what type of precipitation you're talking about at your home. Right now, your temperatures, hey, the actual temperatures is what defines if you see that freezing rain or if you see that cold rain. Like Mike said, really around 32, that's that freezing mark where we start to see the freezing rain. I think a few areas in the metro really, though, starting to see temperatures warm up a bit just above freezing. Now, we're taking a look at the freezing line moving through portions of East Oklahoma, trying to inch its way back here into central Oklahoma. Falls Valley now at 32. Stillwater, though, hey, you're already at 33 degrees, so starting to see a little bit of rain in your neck of the woods. Now, highs today. We're going to move above freezing, and that is going to be significant for your forecast today. When we hit this mark, I think we'll likely start to reach there pretty soon. 33 here is a high today for Oklahoma City. 20s back on the west side of the state. Well below average for this time of year. Let's time this out for you hour by hour. This model picking up on us, switching over to a rain really as we head into the lunch hour today, and then a mix of freezing rain and actual rain here ongoing all the way through 12 o'clock today and into the late afternoon and evening. By 3 o'clock, most of the rain going to settle here into central Oklahoma. Again, a little bit of freezing here or there. It all just depends on your temperature at the time, and West Oklahoma going to start to dry out a bit. Now, let's roll into tonight, really around your commute time. Could see a little bit of freezing rain and drizzle ongoing here in central Oklahoma still. Nonetheless, even if you aren't seeing any at this time, those roadways still going to continue to be slick and icy and not a good time to really be out and about. If you could stay home today, if you could work from home, you probably should. It's going to be a messy afternoon. Now, I want to track tonight for you and into tomorrow because this will move into tomorrow as well. Tonight could see a few spotty sprinkles here or there, but by 2 o'clock in the morning, another wave pushing in. This one bringing more freezing rain and possibly some sleet over in West Oklahoma and back into the Panhandle. Maybe a little bit of snow precipitation as well. Now, by 2 o'clock in the morning, looks like we could see a little bit of freezing rain with temperatures predicted around 32 degrees still, but then quickly moving back into the mid-30s by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, where we'll see a good bit of a soaking rain here in central Oklahoma, on and off freezing rain on the west side of the state. I want to go over what you're going to see on Thursday. Early morning rain. We're going to see temperatures heat up into the 50s, and then as we head into your weekend ahead, plenty of sunshine, dry conditions. So we'll have more details coming up here after the break.